Representative Chelsey Branham is Democrat from District 83, elected this year. And I'm interested because you serve on the Financial Services Committee, and I have to work for a financial advisor right now, so don't do anything stark, okay? Chelsey, what about overall productiveness, success of the session, and what, if any, of the many interim studies are you involved with?
Well, thank you all for being here. Feel free to get up and jump around if you need to do that to make it through these last two over here. I know there's a lot of us up here. But I think that the session was also a little bit of a mixed bag. We had a lot of great things happen. We had a lot of okay things happen. We had a lot of things that we left on the table. And so I would echo a lot of what my colleagues have said on both sides, and that is, you know, we passed a lot of legislation, but you also have to look and see what the substance of that legislation is, because I think that we did have a lot of, in my opinion, empty bills that we passed this year. Not to pick on my friend Trey Caldwell, but he passed a bill to make the state steak a ribeye, I believe is what it was.
You can pick on it, it's okay.
Yeah. So will that bring more tourism to Oklahoma? Will it drive more steak sales? Maybe, maybe not. But we did spend time passing legislation like that, in addition to legislation like Senator Hicks mentioned that's going to bring life-saving prescriptions to people. And so one of the things that I would caution is we have to make sure that our legislators are doing things that are going to actually make an impact, and not just passing legislation to have their name on it or to say that I passed 5 bills and I want to get reelected next year. So that's probably a little bit harsh, but you know, it's the reality sometimes, and I would like to make sure that we're holding everybody in the building accountable to what they said that they were going to do when they knocked on your door. And so I have tried to do that. One of the things that I would also echo is that the number of women in the building has made a substantial impact to the temperature of the building, to operations, to substance, I believe. Senator Hicks is not giving herself enough credit, nor is Representative Munson or any of the others up here, because when they grade themselves to a much higher standard than what you would think. So she has read every bill, and I can't name on both hands probably senators and representatives that read every single bill that came through. There were 7,500 bills, I believe, introduced. She read every single one of them, and they can be pages and pages and pages long. And so when you are grading yourself at a C and you are doing the best of your job or the best of your ability to make things happen, I think that we have to make sure that we are letting our female legislators know that we appreciate them and we know that they're working hard, in addition to our male colleagues as well. So one of the exciting things that I helped to bring in was I started getting everyone kind of coalesced around creating a women's caucus. And I think that that's going to make a big difference in terms of being able to make an impact on the things that women deal with on their everyday basis: healthcare, mental health, education, all of the things that are impacting not only them but their families, their children. And bringing those women together in the same room. It's bicameral, it's bipartisan, and having those conversations, those tough conversations about things that we agree about, things that we disagree about, and being able to bring some meaningful legislation through. I did pass a bill this session. I was also a little overambitious. We're allowed 8 priority bills as representatives, and I introduced 9. And I was fortunate enough as a freshman and a member of the minority caucus to get 5 of them to the House floor and over to the Senate. And I actually got one signed into law and had a ceremonial signing on Monday with the governor. And that helps to create more opportunities for those like you that have businesses here in Oklahoma to get access to and a bid preference on public contracts. And so I'm trying to find ways to help get some more money into the budget for us without having to necessarily take it out of pockets and taxes and things like that. Ways that we can get money and revenue in that are more beneficial for everyone. So Missed opportunities, I think healthcare we didn't really touch, and that's a huge issue. It's certainly on the lips of every person, of every door that I knocked, in addition to mental health. And we really only passed one substantive criminal justice reform bill as well, right at the very last second, 1269, which does retroactivity for State Question 780 and 781. And so we've really got to try to push that substance into those topics so that we are making a real impact for everyday Oklahomans.
Thank you very much. Criminal justice is one of the many interim studies, I understand, and we do have a question about that. And finally,